Let's fly out from Manhattan to the California shore, just to watch the ships at night on the San Francisco Bay. Oh, lover, please, please stay. Don't say you have to go. Don't say you need to run. I'll stop the clock on Central Station and we can have a drink downtown. Let it be the night that I am longing for. Let's fly down south to Austin or to Ecuador, just to drink pina colada on a hot, wet summer's day. Oh, lover, please, please stay. Yeah!
높이 올라가니까 이게 달릴 수 있어 생각.
그거 안 닮았는데.
둘다 야채.
Stop the clock on Central Station and we can have a drink downtown.
맛있어?
Let it be the night that I've been longing for.
너무 이쁘다.
이게 레즈벨리였으면 더 이뻤을 것 같아.
Just to drink pina colada on a hot, wet summer's day. Oh, lover. Oh, lover.
Capri. This is the last time, that was the last time I said the name of the island to the wrong way. Because we say with the stressing on the A, Capri, just like the salad, which is a local invention. I'm a local invention myself. I was born in Naples, it was a good one. You can tell the Sorrento Peninsula, the harbor we just left, Marina Grande, the highest point of Capri town, which is Mount Tiberius. Which is Mount Tiberius, named after the second Roman emperor who lived here in the Versailles exile. We're gonna see the first VIP soon. Stay tuned.
I have my husband and
Non ti fermare Mario, non ti fermare Mario.
저 아저씨 여기랑 하면 꿀렁꿀렁.
또 팔에다.
Attenzione Marco! Bambino.
어떡해.
Adesso facciamo passaggio.
어떻게 찾았어? शॉपिंग करना है उसको बोलेंगे तो कि ये शॉप कहाँ पे वो बता भी सकते हैं नहीं तो
Maybe later. You have something like 14 per 3. That's to pay me later. Just maybe you can stay here.
와우.
you have two options if you want to do the boat. You either go earlier to the marina on your own.
여기가 와플콘 만들어서 만드는 건가? 홈메이드 여기네. 여기가 되게 맛있다. 비를 가지고 굿모닝. Maybe something like that. So, are you from this area or?
Sorry?
Are you from Sicily?
Yeah.
Oh,
Messina.
oh, Messina,
Yeah.
born and raised. 에트나 섬이야, 화산섬.
살아있어?
올수도 있네. 화장실이 쾌적하고 좋아.
그래?
그렇지 않아? 화장실 좋지. 가면 있겠지. 한거가 이렇게 된 거야.
어.
티켓이라도 사놓고 그렇지.
It's
그냥 저
okay.
위에만 갔다.
Because there are many steps.
There are many steps.
Yeah.
내려가는 길에 추억이 있어서 재밌네.
그래?
Io ti ritroverò solo.
아니요, 타or미나에서 아이소벨라. 와우. 와우. 사람도 없고 너무 좋다. 여기서 사진 찍어야 되겠는데? 누가 오고 있니? 저 위에 가면 뷰가 있을 것 같아.
어? 그러게.
메시나.
메시나?
여기가 메시나잖아.
가,
가서야 먹으려나?
어.